Welcome to episode 32 of Video Games Are Hard. I'm one of your hosts, Sid. There's two hosts, and then the other host is
one of your hosts named Sid. I'm also Sid.
Trey's also Sid. Welcome, Sid, to the podcast. And then we have our guest,
also Sid.
Also
Holy
Sid.
Crap! We got three
Sid.
Sids here. This is nuts.
We have a fleet of Sids, but actually, welcome, Pinkish,
Thanks
to the show.
And you know what? We are really proving here that diversity is our strength, because last season we had one woman guest. This season we doubled that already. It's crazy.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, a round of applause for the group. The pair of us are really taking strides. The way I wanted to introduce it, I accidentally called Trey and I both Sid instead, but my favorite Twitter user, Pinkish.
Oh shit.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was like numero uno. That's a big title to hold.
It's really not even her fault. But not in a bad way. It's not.
It's
her
your
fault.
fault for being so good at Twitter.
I just know the algorithm.
Damn! I need to learn your ways.
I feel like every time I open Twitter, it's either at the top of my Twitter feed is like, oh yeah, Pinkish tweeted 5 hours ago something, and you should read it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, let's see what's up.
Oh my god,
here.
she did hack the algorithm on like Sid specifically.
Yeah.
And actually, I speaking of Twitter, I thought that I was following you for like ages, but I checked a couple days ago. I'm like, I'm not following Pinkish. That's weird. So then I followed you. I could have sworn I was following you this whole time, but I guess not.
I don't know.
So how do you feel about being on the podcast? You're finally here after you've been clamoring to be on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel thrilled. We've been talking about this for like half a month.
You sound thrilled.
I don't know. Do I sound thrilled? I feel like I don't. Like I am thrilled, but like I don't know. I'm nervous. Like what can I say?
You'll be fine. For me
I feel
personally,
like I'm Sid number 3. What can I say? Like
right, big shoes to fill.
I know, right?
But yeah, I didn't see this coming. Like I think like you and Sid were playing this for a while, and then one day Sid just comes to me. Pinkish is coming on. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, this came out of nowhere for me, but sure, why not?
This sounds like something Sid does, because this happened as well. Sid just messages me out of the blue, and he's like, so you're in our team for the Sunshine League, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And since then, I have not opened or even turned on my Wii to play this game because I do not have the energy. But you know what? Hey, I am a moral supporter, and maybe like the last day of the league, I will come back and I will PB for by 10 minutes, and nobody's gonna expect it.
You seemed excited to be on the team. Is basically that's the bare minimum I needed. That's the bare minimum I needed. I DM'd you, and I was just like. Because the night before you were in my stream for like 3 seconds, and I asked you the question like maybe a few minutes after you left, and you were already gone. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna do it anyway, and just add you to the team. And then you responded with, oh shit, oh fuck, I'm down.
Oh god,
I'm just like, you know what?
Well, you know what,
like,
Pinkish,
that's all I need.
I got to give you credit for your insane efficiency, because you've accomplished as many PBs as I have, and I've actually played the game. So
you know what? I'm proud of that one. Coming from a veteran like yourself, I'm proud of that one. But man, you know, like I was actually really excited to like join the league. I just have not had time to play it, but like that's fine. But like I was actually really excited to join, and it wasn't because I was gonna play Sunshine or the fact that I was gonna PB. I think it was more the fact that like I was even considered, because I always felt like I was not like part of the community like that much, because like I usually don't even involve myself in the communities of like speedrunning. So I was like, oh, I was considered. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, like it was an easy pick. Well, it wasn't even really an easy pick. I was just kind of chilling there. I was just like, yeah, I could pick. I don't know. Like Pinkish seems. It would just be fun. It would just add to the chill swag vibe, and. It was a good vibe addition.
Yeah, very, very chill swag.
I just want to point out something hilarious just happened.
What?
I actually just did the thing that Ginger and I, like on the previous podcast we were talking about. Sure. So you know how I record on OBS, like to get everyone's mic, just in case someone messes up?
Yeah.
I was streaming.
Oh, you were streaming?
Oh my god.
Whoops.
Well, all right. I'm excited to go look back at chat.
I want to shout out Kellicat for letting me know. He messaged me on Discord, let me know what was going on. Okay. So we're good now.
It was already leaked that Pinkish was going to be on the pod anyway, because I basically asked her in her chat. Yeah. And then she was just like, "Yeah, I'm down." And I was just like, "Okay."
Well, that was awkward. I think like 5 people showed up in my chat, but carry on.
Hey, you were streaming Sunshine apparently.
Hey, I mean, technically, we were talking about Sunshine, like the fantasy league. So there you go.
But yeah, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Welcome.
What? So you were nervous as to like what we were going to end up talking about. This is going to be primarily an interview.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Don't you just love interviews?
I'm literally good at people asking me questions and then I'm just answering them. I suck at asking people questions, so just like rapid fire, and I will rant away. Like, I'm a very talkative person, but like only if people are like asking me shit. If not, I will be like, okay, I will not talk to you for like 20 minutes.
Okay, well, I want to open up with some heat. All right, so Sid, cool. Sid claims you have the best Twitter account on all of Twitter.
That's confirmed.
You know, as a 6'0" person, I just want to point this out. You claimed that 5'10" was short.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I want to be out here defending my short kings. I don't think 5'10's that short. Come on.
I mean, it is short for me.
That's fair. I mean, everyone has their preference. I don't want to, you know.
I mean, coming from a 5'11" person, 5'10" is short. It is technically shorter than me, so to me it is short.
But you know what's funny is that as a 6'0" person, I think it'd be kind of dope to have a girlfriend that's like way taller than me. That'd be kind of hype. I'm just saying.
I have never achieved that great. Like my tallest girlfriend, I'm 6'3". My tallest girlfriend was 6 foot, and I was just like, this seems fine.
Holy crap, she could literally be me. That's nuts.
Yeah, she you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna go down that road.
No, I didn't hear it that way.
This will be the podcast where Sid and Trey just start dating, and I'm here as the wing woman.
Trey did make like one of those jokes the other like 2 streams ago where he was just like, "Oh, if I say sub Sid, I'll be disrespectful," and then I'm just like dejected, and he's just like, "Oh, baby, come back."
No, wait, babe, come back, no.
Babe, come back, no.
I didn't mean to disrespect you by saying, "Oh, sub Sid is harder now." I mean, it's true. You got a better time.
True.
Anyway,
was there something you wanted to interject there, Pinkish?
Oh no, I was just gonna say like going back to like having, or like it's 5'10" being short. I've dated someone who's like 5'8", and me being 5'11". They were like 5'7". They claimed to be 5'8", but they were pretty short.
I've heard some stories about that, just lying about your height by literally inches, and you're just like, how did you think this was going to go down?
You know, like on a good day, I get like a little more stretched out on a good day. So maybe I'm 5'8" some days.
You can also wear heels in your shoes, and then you can like claim to be 6'1".
Yeah.
See, that's the strat.
I've never really run into that with girls. I'm gonna be honest, or women.
Women.
Like why would they ever lie about it? But I've heard a lot of just like, oh, he was like 4 inches shorter than he said, and he didn't it just went unreferenced. I'm sitting there going like, huh. I don't know how he could skirt by with that.
Why would you lie by 4 inches? I never heard of that. Like, you can't really get away with that.
Apparently 4 inches is a lot, according to men.
True. Hey, 4 inches is a lot. Come on.
What the hell?
No comment. I plead the fifth.
I'm out here defending all the kings, okay? No matter what your stature is.
Welcome to Video Games Are Hard. There are hard video games out there.
This is a video game podcast, by the way.
We play video games, and they're difficult sometimes, depending on how you look at them. Pinkish plays them. And
yes.
Our first question, video game related for Pinkish. We can get back to Twitter. We can get back to whatever we'd enjoy. But we start every interview with like gaming history. What's your first gaming memory?
Oh, that's great. My first ever gaming memory, I think it was Kirby 64, like Crystal Shards.
Oh,
and then like right away, like straight after that, Pokemon Stadium. That's like my first memories of gaming.
Do you remember like what part of the games or anything like that? Or do you just remember playing them?
I just remember playing them. For the most part, I remember like one of my favorite memories of like early childhood gaming was in Pokemon Stadium. I was playing with like my siblings, and a golem just uses fly, and we're like, what the fuck just happened? And it just obliterated our entire team, and I'm like, this has to be a glitch. And then like a few years later, I'm like, I don't know how that happened, but it happened, and it like scarred me for life to the point where I am 25 and I still remember that.
Do you know if it actually happened?
I don't know. I don't know if that's, I don't know if this is factual, but like in my memory, that happened.
You mentioning Kirby and the Crystal Shards. One of my earlier memories is sitting on my grandma's floor playing. Which boss is it? It's like the red, green, blue boss.
Oh, the one with the weird like squares, and you have to like jump over them. Yes, that's like my core memory of it too.
That boss fight is like for some reason so memorable, like the sky in the background, and just you have to match the color. Like me being however old I was, I'm just like, okay, I have to match the colors. Like it seems so simple, obviously now because however old I am, but like
I just imagine that
genius.
I just imagine that matching colors is the most intense Kirby ever gets.
I'm so stressed out. just like blue, green,
red. Oh my god. Ah. I haven't played that game personally. I haven't played a lot of N64 games because I never had one, but
really?
I missed out. I was a GameCube kid.
Oh really? Wait,
that's probably why
weird.
I run Sunshine.
Wait, aren't you older than I am though? Because you're older than I am, right?
Yeah, see, my parents are extremely anti-video game anything.
So okay, that makes sense.
I didn't get my GameCube till I was like 8.
Oh yeah,
and furthermore, I got an older brother, so he was 11 when we got that.
So that was your first console at 11?
But my first handheld, I got the Game Boy Advance before that.
So what were your parents towards gaming, Pinkish? What were their thoughts?
My parents were pretty chill. I mean, I have an older brother, and I used to like spend a lot of like my childhood with my cousins, actually, like my first cousins. And we were all of us into gaming, so my parents were pretty lax about it. I never actually had my own console until I think it was my Wii that I had that was like my first console. But like my N64 wasn't mine, it was my brother's. My brother had an Xbox. Like I never really had my own console until like the Wii, and then after that, I believe I got a PlayStation 3, and that was it. It wasn't really a console, but I got my Nintendo DS, and that's where I started like playing a bunch of Pokemon and shit like that. So that's where like my gaming started.
Did you spend a lot of time like playing with your brother, or was he very like standoffish? Like, hey, I'm playing my game.
No, yeah, my brother was. My brother was a bit more like, oh, I'm gonna play, you can watch, which is why I enjoy watching Twitch so much now as an older person, because I used to spend most of my time just like watching people play video games than actually playing them myself.
I've never understood that boomer mindset of like, how these kids these days, they just watch people play games, they don't even play them. What's up with that? And it's like, you don't get it. Watching video games is hype.
It is so much fun. I feel like I get so much more out of the experience of watching people play games than actually playing them myself, like except for League. But
you don't have the like hands-on, like my viewers in Twitch chat know more about the game that I'm playing than I am because I have to play the game.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's because it's the collective mindset of people versus just you. So they're never just going to know more shit.
But the boomer mindset doesn't make sense to me either, because whenever my mom actually watches me play on Twitch sometimes, which is funny because I used to play like in her living room, like Assassin's Creed or whatever game.
You were speedrunning Brohood in the living room.
she was just like, you're playing Brohood, man, I'm down. And she's just punching Machiavelli.
She's like, yo, you hear about that strat, the SM loader mid? I forget what it is exactly, but it like involves some armored guy or something. I don't know.
I hope she eventually backseated you. No. That would have been really funny.
She does, like, I did play Breath of the Wild. Most recently, I did play Breath of the Wild with her just to, like, kind of reclaim some of that, like, memory of playing games with her. And I'm more about having her play because, or just, like, if she wants to play, she can, like, take the controller from me or whatever and just, like, have her go at shrines, which is really cool to go at. Like, I've talked about it on the podcast before. But I don't know. I'm very about bonding with games in that way. So the boomer mindset of like, oh, why would people? My mom does not agree with that whatsoever. We're like, why would people watch people? It's like I'm here just to watch people play.
Like some people, they'll say on talk shows and stuff, they just don't understand Twitch whatsoever. But it's like, I don't know. It's pretty clear to me why it's the appeal in it.
They're just buying monkey NFTs for $1.3 million.
Or
that's
more
all
sometimes.
they have in their brains.
They just want bored monkeys with glasses.
Their brain is made out of crypto. That's all they can think about in their day. Like,
I saw that Justin Bieber bought one of those.
1.3 mil.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is ridiculous. I don't understand NFTs, and I don't think I'll ever get into them. Even though I'm an artist, I don't think I'll ever get into NFTs.
But we're the new generation. Aren't we supposed to be like pioneering it?
No, see, here's the thing is like, this is our cutoff point. This is the point where we're beginning to be the ones where it's like, we don't understand kids these days with their cryptos.
Right, we're becoming the boomers.
Monkeys and their whatever.
Are teens into NFTs?
I have no idea. It's just like a select group of people, I guess. I don't know. See, the thing is, like,
I wouldn't really say just teens. There's a bunch of older people that are like into that type of world. They just like the crypto world, so they're like, oh, NFTs, crypto, whatever.
Oh my god, it's the future. Web 3.0.
Marketing. I don't know.
The thing is, like, I've been invested in crypto since like 2017, but even I would like never buy one of those like random pieces of art, quote unquote. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I would sell it. I don't think I would ever buy one either.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But so the Nintendo DS, to go back to gaming. So you got the DS, right? The 3DS or the DS?
I think it was just the Nintendo DS, like the first one.
The OG,
the bulky one, the bulky one that came with the Game Boy attachment.
That's the only one I still have.
Yeah, I used to have one. I used to have that one. I don't know where it is anymore. I think I have a 3DS and it's barely like, it barely like turns on. But yeah, like I got my 3DS, not my 3DS, my Nintendo DS, and I started playing a bunch of Pokemon. I think I have the most hours played, and my most played video game ever, I think, is Pokemon for sure.
Which one specifically?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it would be like Pokemon Pearl. Which is why I was so excited about the remake, because I was like, oh my god, my favorite Pokemon game is coming on the Switch. So I was really excited about that one. But I think after that, I played a bunch of Pokemon Black. And
do you have the new Arceus game?
No, I don't. I mean, my opinions on it, people are going to hate me, but I think it's garbage.
Oh no.
Isn't that the opinion? I thought that was the opinion.
No, I mean, people, like, Pokemon fans are like, oh my god, if you don't like the graphics, just don't play it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't like the graphics. I don't think the game is bad. I actually have not even played it. I just think the graphics are shit. Like, they could, like, as a game developer, I think they could do so much better. I mean, there's things like Breath of the Wild out there. Like, there's things that could run in the engine that would look so much better than what they have done in the engine.
I personally
I was just saying Genshin.
I don't think the graphics are that important in Pokemon. I just wish they would sort of change up the mechanics more, make it more interesting. Whereas, and I get this Arceus game, it looks like they're trying to mix it up somewhat. I haven't looked into it too much, but like, it's not just the typical, or from what I've seen, the battles just happen in the overworld. There's no like separate cut to a battle scene, then cut away.
Yeah.
It's just like all happening in real time. Which, I mean, it's different. It's something. I don't know. I
mean, I actually haven't played it. I don't have an opinion on what the gameplay is, but I mean, I think I would solely play it if the game looked better, like visually.
Hey, and that's a fine reason to want to play a game nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I mean, I think nowadays, especially nowadays, it is more of a valid reason for you to be like, okay, I mean, this game kind of hurts my eyes. I don't want to fucking play it. Like, let's go play something else that looks so much better. But
let's be fair. Like, Pokemon is the single biggest like media thing ever, like of all time. So they should be able to like afford. They have the resources to make better looking games if they wanted to.
That's what I mean. That's my problem with Pokemon right now. Like these days, is that they have the budget. They have the team. Why don't they make a better looking, like, visually game? Like, I just don't get it. Like, what's the point of keeping like the 2009 graphics. Like,
it's the same reason as every other AAA studio. It's because they can get away with it.
Yeah,
and people buy it anyway. So it's like, why even try?
Yeah, Quanti's is.
I mean, you do have a point. Anyway. You do have a point.
That's why right now is the best time ever for indie games, because people are looking towards like, man, I'm tired of the same old AAA thing, and
for sure.
It gets buggier every time. I'm gonna check out this new original indie game and see what's up with that. So,
but that's like I was thinking about indie games while like I've been dabbling in Hollow Knight lately. Is Hollow Knight considered indie? I guess it is, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much indie game. Yeah.
Like. The thing about indie games is that they just kind of with Pokemon they like iterate on it, or no, they don't iterate on it. That's the whole complaint. But they every year or so they will put out the next re-release or whatever, and there'll be a sequel to it. With indie games, it's just like, oh, this new indie game came out, awesome. Cuphead still doesn't have a sequel.
Cuphead's still putting out DLC months from now.
I thought there was a Cuphead like series coming out. I don't know if that's actually
true,
like
a show, I think, or something.
Yeah,
heard about that.
But like when it's that kind of developer, it feels like they get trapped. Not that it's like a bad thing. They release their Stardew Valley or Hollow Knight or whatever, and then they're with that.
Like they're stuck in that like game. Like what you mean? I know.
And they just iterate on that for however many years afterwards, and everybody's just like, well, we'd like a sequel, and they're just like, yeah, but like this, we're still working on this one, which is great. They're putting out Hollow Knight DLC still, and
for Hollow Knight specifically, they are working on a sequel. Okay. It's using like, I don't want to spoil it. Potentially, I don't know how far you are in Hollow Knight, but using another character from Hollow Knight that you actually play as. And I forget.
Well, that's a spoiler.
I forget what it's called, but yeah.
You just spoiled the whole game for Sid.
Oh my god, I'm so spoiled. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil
it. But it just feels like they get trapped there, whereas Pokemon games, and that's why it's so defeating or whatever, when it's just like, oh, we're going to put out a new game and it looks just like shit. And you're just like, well, that's kind of sad. Like, because if any of these other indie developers had the budget that you had, then we just kind of get a really great product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It's just the way that you think about it.
I think the main thing is that developers, they focus too much on the game looking good in a trailer or a screenshot. But then when you get to the game itself, like the physics are kind of wonky compared to old games. Things just don't click as well. Like things just, like once you actually play the game, you can notice there's not as much attention to detail in making it as there was a decade ago, which is kind of a shame. But,
yeah,
you know, it's like, it looks pretty at least.
The bad thing about, I wouldn't say bad thing, but like the thing about Pokemon is the Pokemon fans.
The bad thing.
Like you said, it's not a bad thing.
The bad thing.
No, I'm going to get canceled on
It's
the
not
comments.
a bad thing, but the bad thing is bad thing.
Just so you know, I don't mean bad thing, but like the bad thing.
Listen, if you are a fan of Pokemon, I used to be a fan of Pokemon, the old Pokemon. That's fine. If you want to enjoy your Pokemon game because it's fun and not because of the graphics, that's fine too. But I think it's fine for people to be like, this game is actual, like it looks like shit. Like I was expecting something better, considering we're how many years into Pokemon franchise, and the graphics still look like Pokemon XD from like the GameCube, like Pokemon Coliseum. Like, come on, we can do better than that.
Coliseum was sick though.
Coliseum is sick. That's what I mean. Like that's another core memory of mine when I played Pokemon. It like when I was expecting a 3D Pokemon, I was like expecting a Breath of the Wild type of Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that for me would have been so much more hype.
Dude, imagine being able to catch a Moblin and just throw it out and it be your Moblin.
Dude, that would be amazing.
That would be so sick.
It's Breath of the Wild.
HP bar.
It's Breath of the Wild with Pokemon mechanics, so you can only catch like 8 enemy types in the whole game, and that's it.
but you can get like the strongest Moblin, and then just let it.
The different colored ones, yeah.
It's like the assassins in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and you could just send down like your pro assassin and then just kind of leave him because he's not going to die.
Yeah,
you know?
He's just sort of there to help you out a little bit, then be like, okay, I'm leaving.
The orange Moblins aren't going to take care of the white Moblin. The white Moblin's way too strong.
And dude, and lastly, the thing that bothers me the most that I've seen from the game so far is that it just feels and looks empty. like the world itself. Like I am coming with this opinion from an environment artist and working on an actual game. Like I'm a game developer and this is my job. Like I develop games and I'm a game artist and then like all this shit, right? To me, when I look at that environment, it just makes me sad. I look at it and I'm like, why does it look so empty? It just looks empty to me. Like so there could be so much more. I don't know.
You mainly work on like art and stuff for games?
Yeah, I do 3D modeling and like that stuff. Cool. Yeah.
Blender?
Like, that's like my actual real life person job.
You use Blender?
No, actually, I use Maya, but Blender would be nice to learn because it's free and eventually I won't have enough money to afford Maya. So Blender would be nice to learn.
See, I've seen people doing some pretty crazy 3D animations with Blender. I always wanted to learn it myself. I just never really got into it.
The thing is, Blender is literally competing head to head with Maya, and Maya costs like $200, $300 a month.
Jesus, really?
It's like freaking expensive. And Blender is keeping up. Like the thing is, Blender is keeping up with all these like companies that are charging you so much money for their programs, and Blender's just like, oh, here it is, all for free, and you're like, what the fuck?
I think that's the thing. Like people are moving away from Adobe products because of like their monthly subscription thing.
Oh my god, no! And the fact that like Adobe got another program that we use on the industry that's called Substance Painter and Substance Designer, which is like to texture stuff. And the entire community was like freaking pissed. We were like, there's no way that this just happened.
One more expense we got to pay.
Yeah, because like Substance Painter was, I think, a one-time only payment. And then you would get like free updates. And now you have to get a subscription because it's Adobe.
Oh.
And it sucks. And we're all mad about it.
So do you work for like a company doing that or like independent or like what do you do exactly?
I am actually, yes, I work for an indie company. I won't say the name because I don't want to dox myself, but I do work for an indie company.
It turns out you're the one making the art for Hollow Knight. Holy crap.
It's me. I am making the new SM64. Don't tell anybody.
You're over in Japan right now?
I'm gonna get canceled. No, I'm kidding. I do work for an indie company. I'm currently on like starting to get into a project for like a new game. So that's pretty much all I can say.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. That's really good. I kind of wanted to go back to the critique for a second. You said like you should be able to critique bigger company games like Pokemon. It's just like, oh well, this looks like shit, and the fans. Like, sure, they're going to have fandom on their side for whatever reason, being like, well, you should just look past it. But
dude,
I feel like it goes both ways.
It's so dumb. Another reason why these companies get away with it is that fans literally do free PR for them.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you can't, if you hate it, you just got to try it. Trust me. You just got to buy it, play it yourself.
Yep.
It's like, no, you don't.
I've gotten so many people unfollowing me for just saying one bad thing about Pokemon. And
really?
Yeah. Oh my God.
God forbid you have a different opinion.
I actually made a tweet recently with a Sonic picture of like a 2009 Sonic game, and it was like a really shitty graphics. And I've made this tweet before in like 2019. And then when the new 06 tweet, when the new Pokemon game came out, I was like, okay, I need to reuse this tweet because it was a really good tweet. And then I posted a picture and I was like, okay, I'm expecting like 5 unfollows, but I think like 2 people unfollowed me, and I'm pretty sure, or muted me. I don't know. I mean, I don't care, but I was expecting it because there's a lot of people who are out there who you say one bad thing about their game that they love and they will die for, and they're just like, oh my God, get out of here with your shit opinions. You're not allowed to hate the game.
Yeah, like not only like defending it, but not allowing others to have different opinions. I don't understand that.
And I wasn't even shitting on the game, like gameplay. I was just shitting on the graphics, and it was just a funny tweet. I was just like, I want to make fun of this for once.
Do either of you have that game that somebody else shits on, and just you are rip shit?
League.
League? Is the League your game?
Yeah, I mean, everyone shits on League. Even I do.
Oh, yeah. Even League players the most shit on League.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that you were rip shit at people for critiquing your game. Yeah.
I understood wrong. No, I don't care, to be honest. If you have a critique about a game, like, That's fine.
I forgot that part of that was like being mad. I'm not mad at anyone for hating any game I like.
Yeah,
that'd be weird.
I think the closest thing, Trey and I have shit on Sunshine.
Sunshine is so funny because whether you love Sunshine or like totally hate Sunshine, everyone's on your side. It's like, yeah, we get it.
The first thing I do when someone comes into my chat and they're like, "Oh my god, first time chatter, I love this game," and I'm like, "Yeah, this game is garbage. Don't play it. It's freaking garbage."
You're like, "Oh my god, I'm following you." And then
I just keep speedrunning and splitting.
I do the exact opposite. They're just like, "Oh, what nostalgia," and I'm sitting there going like, "Sure."
I just rip it to shreds because I love Sunshine, but I hate it. Because as a speedrunner, you have to.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point with Vanquish where I'm starting to hate it. And
oh no.
Yeah. Well,
but
to be fair,
you can beat the Bogey Brothers so easily now.
I can beat the Bogey Brothers so easy now. So with I can't imagine a game that I have that response to.
I guess the game I would most put in that category if I were a rager at other opinions for some reason would have to be Sonic. No.
The Witness.
I almost said Sonic Adventure, but that game aged like shit, so I don't even mind that.
The Witness.
Do people shit on The Witness?
I guess they do. The Witness?
The Witness is a puzzle game. Okay, Pinkish, you have to play The Witness.
Okay,
on stream.
I guess.
Yeah, and then we have to backseat game you.
Oh shit. Okay.
The Witness is a first person puzzle game. We've talked about it a shit ton on the podcast. I don't think I'd get mad because I watched the Joseph Anderson video on it, and he just critiques it in a very specific way, like how it doesn't appreciate your time or whatever.
Wasn't his argument like it's the best puzzle game you shouldn't play?
Exactly.
Or maybe it was the worst puzzle game you should play. Or I forget which one it was.
The best puzzle game you shouldn't play.
Okay, yeah. But I played it. Fuck you, Joseph Anderson. I played it.
It's a great puzzle game. Would recommend, Pinkish.
Okay.
Just
send it to me. Just send the name to me through Discord so I don't forget, because I forget everything. So
okay, I would be so excited to like casually watch. Just so you know, you might have to ignore chat a shit ton if you streamed it
because they're gonna spoil it for me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, like Trey and I have complained about it a bunch. Like we watched what was it, an F-Zero GX speedrunner?
Oh, it was his name was Indextic.
Yeah, we watched Indextic on stream, and like every new like puzzle area he would get to after like a few minutes, somebody in chat would be like, "Well, it's been like 5 minutes. Do you want like a hint?" and I'm just sitting there going like, "Bro, like
actually." So going back to Joseph Anderson, he did a stream of a game that I streamed, Outer Wilds, which is also a really good game, by the way. Though I wouldn't recommend streaming it unless you do it the way he did it, where he actually did it, where he was streaming but didn't look at chat at all. So we just had like the stream up, not looking at chat. Because that game is like, if you get spoiled at all, it just ruins the whole thing. So
yeah, if you just see anything at a glance,
it's all about like discovering like all the things in this mysterious galaxy, I guess. So
yeah,
but yeah, I think The Witness is probably the closest thing that like Prince of Persia. I wouldn't care. I've heard so many critiques of like Majora's Mask that I'm fine with. Like
Majora's Mask,
hating on it.
Majora's Mask is like the Sunshine of Zelda.
See, it's good that we did the top 10 pod, because now I just have this list of like.
Wait, is it really like the Sunshine of Zelda?
Yeah, because it's like very divisive. Like either you love it or you hate it.
Oh, got it. I mean, I have never played Majora's Mask, but funny story, it is actually one of my favorite like stories from Zelda. Because a long time ago, the freaking parentheses on the conversation, but long time ago, I read a creepypasta about Majora's Mask, and
been drowned.
The creepypasta?
Yes, the creepypasta, and
the creepy statue. No,
I know, and I fell in love with it, and I just kept reading into the story about Majora's Mask, and I got it in my 3DS, and then I couldn't get past like 10 minutes into the game. I was like, what the fuck? This game is so hard. And I just stopped playing.
The thing is, in the clock tower section, if you don't figure out the steps they want you to take, you could just get stuck there.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the part where I would just watch someone else play the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love watching people play Majora's Mask, but I don't really enjoy playing it myself. Especially doing a blind... Like, the blind race, it was kind of fun. But towards the end, I was like, I just want to get through this shit.
Hey, that's what happens with a blind race.
Yeah.
Like, Well, we're gonna feel that with Metroid Prime 2.
We want to blind race or like semi-blind race Metroid Prime 2 Echoes because it sounds like a good idea, but we're gonna get 10 hours in and be like, why the fuck do we do this?
This is a bad idea.
But hey, maybe it might be fun. Who knows? I don't know.
Hey, first person to get the screw attack wins, and then just kind of and have like a cap.
I'm gonna once again beat most of the game and not beat the final boss. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Speaking of blind races, what was the last game you guys blind raced at a GDQ?
Ooh, at a GDQ? Well, I mean, it was at least a few years ago because, COVID.
Well, yeah, but I mean, pre-COVID.
Are you talking about like that tradition meme blind race we do?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember so there was Dora Journey to the Purple Planet. Did you do that one?
I remember, I did that one.
That was a dope one. That was pretty, and then pretty dope. There was another game, I totally forgot I've done at least 2 of those races. What were some of the other ones?
There was a Winnie the Pooh one as well.
It was Winnie the Pooh, that's what it was, yeah.
I didn't play that one, but I did watch someone else play it. I was just like there in the background.
Winnie the Pooh, it was a little bit more tricky to get through than Dora, I'll give it that.
There was another one there was one in AGDQ 2019, but I don't remember which one it was.
I don't think I did that one. I wasn't even there, was I? No, I wasn't. I went to SGDQ. Yeah, Sis never been to a GDQ.
I didn't go to SGDQ. I went to ESA.
Ooh, right.
Yeah, I went to ESA 2019 instead of GDQ.
Speaking of GDQ, this is a great segue into, I have a couple of GDQ stories related to you, I remember. And one is, it's not even like a story, it's just like a little funny event that happened in my mind that you probably forgot about.
Yeah, okay. Probably.
So AGDQ 2017, you absolutely destroyed me and probably have no idea.
Okay.
I'm exaggerating, but basically what happened was we were like, somehow like we were in the hallway between rooms. Like we weren't in a casual room or anything. Okay. We were just like we were in the hallway.
Yeah, and the AGDQ OG like
yeah, it was in Maryland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the OG one. And we were just like hanging around, like talking and stuff. And I know you're really good friends with Moni Mendez J.
Yeah,
we all know.
Yeah.
And she made it a point to tell me like, yo, Trey, your GDQ 2015 run really got me into speedrunning stuff. I was like, oh, cool, that's sick. And by, I guess, egotistical association, I assumed I got you into Sunshine as well. Because you're friends.
That is not
so
correct.
I was like, so my opening line to you was, yo, Pinkish, I heard I got you into Sunshine and stuff. And then you respond with, actually, I watched Bouncy Boy first. I'm like, fuck, Bouncy Boy, are you kidding me?
I don't remember this interaction, but I can actually say that this probably did happen. I mean, I can't lie. Bouncy Boy was the first person I did watch playing Sunshine.
Yeah, Bouncy.
And then
actually,
the I think you were the third one because it was Bouncy Boy and then
Pear Strike. Oh my god.
No, Pear Strike was second, and then you came in third.
Oh, Pear Strike is dope. Remember him playing Sunshine? That's super OG.
I think I followed Bouncy Boy in like 2014. I don't even remember. It's been a long time. Yeah.
Wait, so that was even
he started later 2014.
That was before Moni even saw my thing. Then damn.
Right. Yeah, I actually got Moni into Sunshine.
Oh, well, like, I had that reversed. I thought Moni got you into it. All right.
No.
But yeah, I was like, shoot, I thought I was so special, but then Bouncy Boy always comes out on top. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other thing was, this is just like a little brief thing. I remember 2018, we got lunch at Moe's one time, and it was like you, Moni, one David J, and me. And actually, I remember.
What?
So first
this
of all,
happened?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, Moe's. Was that like a Mexican place?
Yeah, it was like a Mexican, like a Chipotle kind of place.
Was this AGDQ or was this SGDQ?
It was AGDQ 2018.
AGDQ 2018. Oh my god.
I mean, it's very forgettable because it was just like a one-off lunch thing. It's like, who cares? But I remember this lunch because, well, first of all, I just like rolled out of bed. Like I woke up at noon and it's like, okay, we're going to lunch. All right. And then I remember I ate like barely anything. I think I had like a third of a burrito because this was the same day as my 120 run later that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like so nervous for the run, I could like barely eat food. So I remember just like going there with you guys, I could barely eat. And that was that. So.
Dude, I don't remember anything happen. Like man, my memories from GDQ from like 2017 till like 2019 have like been completely erased.
No,
I know. It's just like a lot of like bad things, but also like non-memorable things happening, and I just like
getting lunch with Trey. Who could forget?
Right.
Who could remember?
Who could remember
that?
I get all of my GDQs mixed up in my head all the time.
I do too. I've only been to 4 of them, and yet I forget. Like, wait, which years did I go again?
I've been to more GDQs than you. What?
Oh yeah, I mean that's not. I mean 4. That's not like that much.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna go to SGDQ 2015, but then it got interrupted by something, and then actually, I wanted to go to the last GDQ that happened before COVID started, AGDQ 2020. Mm-hmm. But actually, my family had a vacation at the exact same time I went on instead.
Oh damn!
But I was gonna go to that though. Otherwise,
AGDQ 2020 was really fun.
Yeah, I'm sad I couldn't go to it, but you know, it is what it is.
The hotel was pretty fun.
And hopefully, so when do you think the next in-person GDQ is going to happen again?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, hopefully soon. I'm expecting January 2023, but that is hopeful thinking.
Yeah, I feel like when anybody's hopeful, it's just like, oh, when do you think COVID's gonna lighten up to the to the point where everybody can do like large group gatherings again? It's just like, well, just push that back another year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember.
It makes me sad. I miss all of my friends.
I do too. I think Woofers EFG keeps doing polls every single 6 months. It's
I see them. I always vote. Vote, and I always have the worst like odd vote. And I'm like, oh, man, people don't believe. And then
I always vote for the next one, and then it's like, okay, a new poll. When's the next in-person event going to happen? Yep. And then it just keeps happening. So.
Well, it like, man, talking about COVID and stuff, like in Canada, we just lightened up our like lockdown restrictions yesterday again, but it's still like restaurants are at half capacity and everything. And I feel like the world is just more open now than us, but it could be just me feeling that way. Am I wrong? Like,
well, as a person who is like, just works like a regular job, a wage slave, if you will.
Yeah.
I feel like, because when I first started there, we actually had shorter, what they called COVID hours, and, you know, the masks were required. They were more like careful to sanitize stuff. As time goes on, the care taken to protect just typical average people working has lessened over time, where it's like, yeah, if you have COVID but like don't feel any symptoms, just go ahead and come in. Like really weird stuff like that.
Oh my God.
That didn't happen at my work specifically, I want to point out. But I've heard stories like that.
Oh yeah, I've heard stories too.
You know, it's been a while since we had our quote unquote COVID hours. We still wear masks, but like, I don't know. I feel like the care given towards COVID, even though it's still out and about, it's just like, well, you're essential, so you got to come in. So, okay, even though it's a pandemic. So, yeah.
Like, I've been on lockdown for like a month now, and I'm starting to go stir crazy again. But it's just like I have such close contact with my parents and stuff, and they're like older. And so
your parents are older than you?
They are older than me, which crazy.
Who would have thought?
Know, but
that's nuts.
But it just sucks that I can't really. I don't know. I won't talk about that. But it's it just bums me out. You know.
Yeah.
It's starting to bum me out again. But back to games. We can go back to games. We talked about GDQ a little bit. We talked about Bouncy Boy. We can go from. So you had the DS. One thing about Majora's Mask. Before we totally get off of that. You
jumped in like 7 topics, and I love that. That's like how my brain works. I'm like, okay, so like Majora's Mask, but like the DS, yes.
I have to keep it a through line in my brain for everything that we've gone through.
No, I get it.
But also, Majora's Mask on the 3DS, I wouldn't recommend.
I've heard the same thing.
I heard that from a Joseph Anderson video. Or no, that's not. It's Neryl, sorry.
Neryl.
I mixed up Neryl and Joseph Anderson.
Neryl's sick.
I love Neryl so much.
I wish he made more stuff.
I like his Imagine a World Without Emulation video.
It's a good video. He so Majora's Mask. My complaint about like the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It just looks off. It doesn't have the same vibe as the like base N64 game.
Yeah.
And like I feel like in order to get the real experience of Majora's Mask, you have to play that.
And the N64, fact that,
yeah. That version, like I guess you could do the on console on the like the Switch.
It's actually
version.
extremely easy to like. I just got it on VC on Wii, and you can like easily with Homebrew just get like all the VC games for free.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo, don't cancel me.
You can also just Dolphin.
That's how
I wouldn't recommend. A friend told me.
A friend of mine who blind raced me also having it told me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to get the original game so I can actually play it on my N64, but they sell it so expensive.
And really? It's only going to get more expensive as time goes on.
Yeah, they sell it for like $60, $70.
Really?
I mean, that's not terrible, I guess.
That is like an actual like Switch game.
Hey,
like,
that is expensive.
How much is Thousand Year Door, Trey?
Not as much as Path of Radiance, I don't think. Let me see what Path of Radiance cost.
I thought the Thousand Year Door was like 130 or something.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
I don't know, just old Nintendo games.
My Banjo-Kazooie cassette, like the N64 like cartridge, cost me, I think it was like $60.
Okay, so Path of Radiance, a Fire Emblem GameCube game, you can buy used for $440.
Oh my god! Why is it so expensive? Is it like super rare?
I guess there's not many copies of it. I emulated it personally. I mean, a friend of a friend emulated it, not me.
Not me.
It wasn't
me. He gave me his copy. I didn't know it was emulated, even though that doesn't make sense.
It just like appeared on my Wii one day. It was so weird.
It just appeared on my Dolphin in my computer. I just don't know how that happened.
It was crazy.
And I thought, hey, if it's going to be here, I guess I'll just play it.
You know, I believed, some guy said he was a Nigerian prince, so I believed him, and he gave me a virus that just had the game on it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Sick virus, bro. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. The thing about Majora's Mask, where like Trey was talking about how it's split, the perception of it is split. Mm-hmm. It's because like some people hate the time mechanics of it, and then the is it Ianuma? Is that the
that sounds like a
director
name
of it? That sounds like a name. The director of the game has like in interviews said like, yeah, I wasn't really that happy with it. And I'm sitting there going like, this is my favorite game of all time, and you're talking shit.
This sounds like Sunshine. We weren't really happy with it. This game sucks, but we still put it out there. And
it's really weird. So Nintendo doesn't like Mario World or Majora's Mask because of how time crunched they were. Even though both those games are like obviously masterpieces.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a fair reason to hate it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I guess the next thing chronologically, so we go from DS to how you got started speedrunning. There's a gap.
Oh my god, yes.
There's like a decade, probably.
Yeah, it's like a big decade. So I believe I got into speedrunning. It was like my senior year of high school, 2014, whenever I followed Bouncy Boy. I was hanging out with my cousins. I was just getting into like watching Twitch because I talked about this with you like a few weeks ago, Sid, and we were talking about how like when were our Twitch accounts created?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mine was in like February of 2013. So I was just starting to get into Twitch, and I was like, I would use Twitch to watch like LCS, like League esports, and that was about it. And then like one day I was like, I wonder if people play like old video games like Sunshine. Like me and my cousins loved that game when we were kids. So
really?
Yeah. It was like our favorite game. That's probably why I started
always so surprised by that. I'm always so surprised when somebody's just like, as a kid, I loved it.
I loved it.
Oh, I mean, I did too
I
as a
had
kid.
Such good memories of Sunshine when I was a kid. But
maybe I was just too old for it. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
It's the 3-year generational gap, so.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but you boomer. God damn it.
Oh.
So basically I looked it up, and then the person that came on and was live and playing it, I didn't even know what speedruns were. I was just like, oh, this guy named Bouncy Boy spelled wrong is playing this video game. That's cool. And then I was like, why does he have a timer? Like, what is he doing? And I would just keep watching, and then I understood what speedrunning was. So fast forward 3 years later, I started getting like I stopped watching speedruns for a while on 2015. Because at that point, I was like with someone, I was like dating someone at the time that was like more into League. So I was like streaming a lot of League, and like I was more into like the League community. So I was like not into speedrunning at all. And then 2016 came around, like at the end of it. I don't even remember how I just started watching it more. I started watching like unnamed people that are not in the community anymore. Bouncy Boy, like Per Strike. And it just got me hooked at the fact that I could do that. And I was like, oh, I'm actually interested in like doing this. So
okay.
So I knew I had a Wii, and I knew I had the game. So I was like, oh, might as well just try. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun just learning the tricks, and I don't know. That's how I got into speedrunning in 2017. I started speedrunning in Sunshine, or in general, I started speedrunning in early 2017.
Did the fondness of Mario Sunshine like carry you into that, or did like the fondness at that point have already dropped off and you're just like, well, I own it?
I know. I think it was the fondness, and also the fact that people were streaming it. I thought it was really fun, and I was getting more into the community, and I was like chatting and like becoming friends with people. So, I don't know.
Is GDQ
it was the fact that I liked the game. Sorry. Yeah. I actually started speedrunning it like after AGDQ.
Okay, that's the first GDQ you went to.
But I started watching speedruns in 2016. Okay.
Oh, so you can debate. More. So you're saying that you could debate that the conversation with Trey, where you shot him down, about like him inspiring you to play Sunshine, inspired you to play Sunshine or speedrun.
Oh yeah, I guess true.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know.
That conversation sparked my interest, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna speedrun Sunshine."
That conversation, I don't remember any part of.
Yeah,
inspired me.
You know what? I feel really so bad for this Trey guy. I'm just gonna start playing it myself.
That's what I Google every morning. Who is Trey?
Who is Trey?
And I was like, "So I got you into Sunshine, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure, you got me into it. Let me Google your name." You got me into it. Totally.
Deep down, everybody's just another Sid. If you really think about it.
Sid 1, Sid 2, Sid 3.
Yeah, when I started playing, it's so what is it about Sunshine, you guys? Like, because when I was a kid, like I played it at 10 years old, and I played it through, and being a 10-year-old owning Mario Sunshine or owning any game, I'm like, well, I have to 100% it in order for my money to be worth, or like my parents' money to be worth. Like, I can't beat it. I remember my dad being mad at me for beating Wario Land. Is it Wario Land or Wario World? In a weekend. Because he bought it at the beginning of the weekend, and I beat it in that weekend. He's just like, wow, totally worth the money. And I just remember being like kind of bummed about that. Like him kind of like just being actively kind of mad that I beat a game so fast. And then so with pretty much every game when I was a kid, it was just 100% it. And then I would ask for another game, or whatever game would come my way. Mm-hmm. But with Sunshine, it was just kind of that. It's just like, oh, the mandate. Where you get the game, and
I didn't even beat the game. I didn't even beat Sunshine. No, I never did as a kid. The first time I beat the game actually was like speedrunning it.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I actually never beat the game.
I didn't 100% it until like many years after I had the game.
No, I had never beat the game before.
Packs, so.
So what is it that, like, if you didn't beat the game, or like,
I think the reason, in my personal opinion, and in my head, like, to rationalize this, the reason people love Sunshine or have like good memories of it is the jump between SM64 and Mario, because Mario is such a loved character and such a loved franchise that from SM64, like, the graphics at that time were like, oh my god, and then 2002 came around, and then Sunshine came out, and you're like, whoa, oh my god, did you see the water? These water graphics are,
look at the water.
It's the water. Look at the water graphics, are so cool. So I think it's that nostalgic jump from like graphics that people got hooked on, And I mean, it's definitely it's definitely not the fact that you have to fight Blooper 3 times and then PD twice. Like it's not that.
We can glance over those minor details of refighting the same boss over and over again.
It's not the fact that the secrets are actually dog shit, but the fact that the water is so cool looking that people just love the game.
I kind of like that it brings back to our conversation earlier about how a game looks is important.
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, every person ever from any generation's always claimed that graphics don't matter, but now circling back to that, what you said, that graphics do matter, and linking this to why Sunshine is so nostalgic for some people. In my opinion, I think it's because of the graphics and that jump between the graphics. If you think about it now, kids these days are playing stuff like Breath of the Wild, which looks amazing for the Switch, other games that look amazing for the Switch, and then they're gonna play Pokemon. They're gonna be like, the fuck is this? It looks like garbage. They're not gonna remember that. And I mean, it's fine that Game Freak decided to. I don't know if Game Freak did the new Pokemon. I don't know if those were the ones. I just assume Game Freak does everything.
Well, I mean, I think Game Freak's target audience with this game was just the older generation who has been playing Pokemon for so long, not the newer generation. I don't see kids these days being like, oh my God, Pokemon is so cool. I play Pokemon. No. The people who are buying Pokemon now are freaking adults who have played Pokemon their whole life,
Well, also they're kids. There's
some kids, but they're not going to remember the game.
I just mean they're kids.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're going to be like, Mom, what is this game? It looks like garbage. Why can't I just go play Breath of the Wild instead?
I don't think there's kids like that, though. Do kids look at games and go this looks like garbage?
100%.
No, I feel
kids these days are way more digital than we were before.
Yeah,
so
I think kids,
everything that catches their eye and it's on a screen, they're gonna be like, "Oh yes, please." I mean, I don't have kids to know this, but I've known kids throughout my my adult life to know that this is a thing.
Yeah, in the TikTok era of really fast hits of dopamine, and they expect better stuff.
Yep.
So are the Pokemon fan the Pokemon fan protectorate, are they made up of people that have been playing Pokemon for 20 years, or they're not more so younger generation?
No,
that's what I thought.
I think the people who defend Pokemon till death are people who have played Pokemon for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just deep down hope, because the way the games look or the way the games seem catered, I just hope that they're for kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what they're trying to do, but they're failing miserably at it. For example, I try to play the last actual Pokemon game that I bought and enjoyed, and I didn't even enjoy it. I played it for a few hours.
I bought it.
Yeah, I bought it because
dealt with it.
Listen, I bought it because I've been a Pokemon fan this whole time, and I've bought every single Pokemon since Emerald. And I was like, okay, I need to buy it. It's the new Pokemon. The gen was garbage. The Pokemon in that gen were garbage. I think it was.
Are we talking about Sun and Moon? Or?
No, it's Sun and Moon.
Oh, Sun and Moon. So, I bought Sun too.
I bought Sun and Moon, and I thought it was so boring. The gameplay itself was so boring. It was not difficult at all. It was very handheld. And this is a critique. Sure. This is a critique that a lot of people say about Sun and Moon. So I was just at that point, I was just turned off of playing Pokemon. And the only reason I've played the newer one, the Pokemon Shining Pearl, is because it's just a remake of the one that was actually good. So that's why I bought it.
With Pokemon, I always just dip my toe in every so often. I played Crystal, and Crystal was debatably one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Picking the apricots and just collecting all the Pokemon and everything. Crystal is top tier for me, but then I kind of was okay and stopped. But then I every so often dip my toe in, and I bought Black, and I played half of it, and I was like, okay, I get the idea. I'm fine. I got halfway through, and I put it down. And then a few years later, I bought Sun, and just kind of oh yeah, dip my toe back in, and I got to the third island after.
I don't even think I got to the third island. I think I just got to the first. I didn't even evolve my Pokemon. That's how far I got into the game.
See, Sun has my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Oh, really? I thought that gen was pretty bad, but that's just my opinion.
like Salandit.
I don't even know what that Pokemon is.
It's was it Toxic Fire or something like that? Or Poison Fire?
Oh, I think I know which one it is. Is it like is it like black with like red?
Yes. It's the only Pokemon that only the females evolve. And I thought that was like a really interesting little tweak on it for some reason. But yeah, I played that and I was just like, okay, cool, awesome. I got to the third island and even though it's so handholdy, I got to the third island and Hal beat me. Just like the rival that's just like, oh, we're the best of friends, man. We're so supportive. And he just trounced me on the third island with his Pikachu. And I'm sitting there going like, I don't like, it wasn't that it held my hand through the whole game. It wasn't that it bored me to death. I was shamed out of the game.
Oh my God.
Like it did bore me to death and everything, but it just kind of like, that was the last straw. I'm just like, How beat me. I can't continue playing this game.
They got to make Pokemon games easier for Sid.
No.
That's what we got to do.
Just when How beats me, don't say, man, you tried your best. Like, let me retry. Why? Just, oh, you tried your best. Wow, that was a good try, Sid. And I'm sitting there going like, How, you fucking piece of garbage.
Dude, actually,
goddamn Pikachu.
Wouldn't you? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Wouldn't you think that's actually like really good as a rival to create that response from you?
Sure, but
because
like,
you're supposed to be pissed off at him, and
but I want to hate him
in a roundabout way. You're hating him, even though it's for the wrong reason.
I don't want the tutorial rival to be like to beat me and then be like, oh, you know what, you did your best.
Dude, that's a super big brain way to piss you off even more.
It's not me for playing the game.
If he did the typical rival thing, like, hey, I beat you, you wouldn't like, whatever. But being
you do have a point.
Being overly positive in that way and like really condescending, like without meaning to be, it's like actually more effective as a rival. I just realized that right now.
Are you saying I should play Pokemon Sun?
I'm saying that Pokemon writing is actually genius.
No,
please don't.
I'm saying that these new rivals, people complain about how like they're too tutorial-y and doofy and like not rival-esque in the traditional sense. I think Pokemon Riders actually they're just next level.
They're next level.
They're making you pissed off for other reasons. So,
man, it just makes me sad though because like I love Pokemon. It's one of my favorite franchises, but like throughout the years, it's just like I have not been able to fall in love with another Pokemon game ever. Well, I don't know. See, it doesn't catch my eye.
I feel like everybody's just catching up to me now because I haven't been able to fall in love with it since Crystal.
I haven't cared to play a Pokemon since Gen 4. Like, I don't even have, like, the slightest
Oh, Gen 4 is so good, though. It's so good.
Gen 3 was my favorite, then 4 was like, it's all right. And then I'm like, I'm bored now.
I love Gen 3. Gen 4, sorry. Gen 4 is, like, my favorite.
I don't see how people can be, like, enticed by the same format over and over again. Like, I just don't.
Yeah, that's the one thing that actually turned me off from playing it. And eventually it just became like another the type of game itself, like the just turn-based RPG that I was just turned off by. So I just like didn't really care to play any more Pokemon. But I love the Pokemon franchise itself.
Yeah. So I was dipping my toe in every so often and then, but like now since Sun or whatever, now that I'm like involved with the internet, I feel like there's no wiggle room for me to even be like, oh, I'm willing to give this next Pokemon a shot. Like I see everybody's takes on the online now. Like I'm looking at Pinkish's Twitter whenever I open Twitter and just see the new takes, all the hot takes that lose followers or whatever.
Dude, but it's crazy.
But I don't think there's until there's a Pinkish tweet being like, hey, this next Pokemon looks sick and I'm going to play it, or whoever I would respect on Twitter saying something good about the next Pokemon, I don't think I'd be willing to dip my toe in.
Yeah, me neither.
Until it just happens.
Like the most recent Pokemon that came out that I've been playing is Pokemon Shining Pearl, but it's just because it's a remake of my favorite Pokemon from 10 years ago, you know, like... and I've freaking struggled. I've been struggling in that Pokemon game like so hard. But again, the remake has made it so much easier for you to play the game. Because like in the original game, you don't get XP share until much later in the game, and you don't like, you only XP share with like one Pokemon. In the remake, you XP share with every single Pokemon in your party, and you XP share since the beginning. So I feel like that made it a bit more easy. But I still died to like the Gym 3, and I still died to Cynthia like 3 times.
Is that bad in your mind? The XP share for everybody?
Honestly, my lazy self now doesn't hate it. I'm like, oh my god, yes, please. I like all my Pokemon being level 60 at the same time. But if I was a younger version of myself, I would probably be like, nah, this is so easy. Like, it's just making it so much easier for us, you know? I thought that level of difficulty was like fun, but
as a person who hasn't played a Pokemon in years, I always thought that like the old school version made more sense because it made you switch the Pokemon you use more often.
Yep. No, but you don't really
with
switch
the new
Pokemon.
version, you can just like use the same one, and it's like, oh, everyone's getting experience, so whatever.
Yeah. And the one thing about the older version, well, like I feel like in this version of the Pokemon, I definitely switched my Pokemon all around a lot, even with the XP share and like the fact that they're all the same level. But in the original version, I felt like I could just destroy everyone with my Empoleon. Like, it doesn't matter who it was. I would just like destroy everyone with just Surf. I would just surf everyone to death.
My Golem used Fly, and I destroyed everybody that was in my path. Have you ever thought about speedrunning a Pokemon game?
No, I watched Pokemon speedruns for a long time. And they are the most boring speedrun I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, don't cancel me in the comments. They are the most boring speedrun I've ever seen in my life. I'm so sorry.
I don't think anybody's gonna cancel you for saying that Pokemon speedruns are boring.
You would be surprised.
You have to be very much into just RNG manipulation and like
I just
menuing.
don't think it's fun. Like,
and there's not really much movement involved unless you have like the Mach Bike in Gen 3 is like the only movement. So I don't know.
I do appreciate the different perspective.
It's like, oh my god, it crit. That's the only thing exciting about the Pokemon speedrun.
Or I lost my run because he crit me. So
yeah, exactly.
It's over.
I do appreciate the different perspective of just like, oh, younger me hates it. Older me totally down to just take all the experience.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I never thought of it that way. Like I think I would get tired of just being like, I have to switch my Pokemon out and have to, but I wouldn't know because I think
younger me
super hardcore in a while.
Yeah, I think younger me just liked the grind. I would just spend all day and all night just grinding out my Pokemon and leveling them up all to level 100. Like my whole party was level 100 without XP share.
You wanted to be the segue person, but I have a segue. Speaking of grind, you want to talk about League?
Oh my god.
That's not what I was expecting something else.
Like I can talk mad shit about League. I can talk love about League. Like I can talk League for days. I've been playing League for 8 years.
That's a fair bit of time.
And my mental health has declined for 8 years.
No.
I don't know if there's any correlation, but like, you know, take that as you will.
How long within League have you been the shit talker?
Okay.
It's a very specific question. Maybe we can start at how you got into League or something like that.
You're the famous shit talker of League.
You're the shit talker.
Oh yeah, I will shit talk League all day, any day.
Oh, I thought you meant like shit talking other players like in a match.
Oh no, I do that too, but I do that more recently now than I did before.
That's what my question was. When did you turn that corner?
Like to start shit talking people in League?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it was like by year 3 or 4 when I was just like hitting plat. And for those of you who don't know what plat is, there's like ranking systems just like any other game like Overwatch or Rocket League. I don't know. Yeah. There's like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. I believe is challenger, masters. I don't freaking know. I don't know anymore. There's so many. I have not gone past plaid, which is why I don't even have to think about the higher ones. But I think when I reached plaid, I was just like, I just became a toxic person. I would just tilt the enemy team into losing. I would just laugh at them, and then I would just spam laugh. Like I would just spam the laugh.
Dude, so you're character. Like you're the typical toxic League player everyone always talks about.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, we found one here.
I only do that certain times, but like whenever I'm doing really good, I become so toxic towards like the
when you're
enemy
playing
team.
well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. See, I would think just like, you're playing badly and to defend yourself.
Oh, well, maybe when I'm playing badly, I just shit talk my team. I just shit talk my team instead. But I'm gonna be honest. Throughout all these years of shit talking people through League, and like, I have never been banned or like gone like.
Well, yeah, because that's like par for the course in that game is being toxic. Right.
I have never been banned or gotten like a ban like a notice or anything. Like I have never been like penalized ever in League.
All right.
The only time I've been penalized is probably because my internet went out and I just disconnected from a game, so I like got penalized from playing like the next game.
Happens a fair bit in every game.
Yeah, I have never been penalized for anything.
The reason that I bring this up is because I remember like a couple months ago, or a few months ago, I was streaming something and we were talking about your toxicity within League and how I wasn't willing to be that role in like Rocket League. Yeah. And that's like, I'm the exact opposite. I turn off all chat. I like.
Oh, okay. Myself now, I feel like I'm more healed as a person. Whenever someone pings me the wrong way and it just like it annoys me, I would / mute all, and I would just mute everybody. I do not care. I will mute everybody, and it just makes my whole League experience so much better. And if you play League and you're listening to this, use the mute option for everybody. It will make your League experience so much more healthy and better. I do recommend it.
So wait, is your mental health declining or is it going up now? Because the mute option.
While playing League, I don't know.
It's the bell curve. It's the League bell curve.
But like honestly, overall, it has gone up. I mean, I actually had a pretty shitty, like everybody else, had a pretty shitty 2020 and 2021. Mentally, I feel like I got better. I did play more League last year than I have ever in my entire life. And I don't know how my mental health got better, but it did.
Okay, because of your perceptions of League, like you could talk shit about it all day. I can talk shit about Mario Sunshine all day.
Same.
I can talk like the positives and negative. Well, what are the games that you can do that with? Like, how many games can you do the positives and negatives and be like talk shit and talk the pros, talk both the pros and cons? Oh,
they're Dead by Daylight, hands down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Dead by Daylight is just like. The devs, I love that dev. I love that dev team, and I want to be part of that dev team. Like, I really like that's my dream job, to work at Behavior and like get a job at Behavior and like work on Dead by Daylight. But goddamn, the game mechanics sometimes are just like, why is this even in the game? Oh my god! And then there's
do you mean
lag.
Like the killers?
Oh my god!
Do you mean the killers specifically, or?
Just a lot of things. The killers sometimes are super OP. And then like they make some weird changes that nobody in the community asked for. But the one thing that I can congratulate them for is that they are very good at receiving player feedback and applying it to their game.
Yes.
So that's one cool thing about it.
That's something a lot of people like take for granted.
Yeah. See, that's automatically better than like 90% of studios.
Exactly.
Right there.
Oh no, the dev team for Dead by Daylight, they're so hands-on with the players who play the game. They're like all the time listening to the player feedback and be like, they're fixing shit like continuously, which is like a good thing about the game. The one thing I could say I hate the game for is just like there's sweaty killers out there who would just camp you all game, and then like you can get a streak of really shitty killers that just want to camp you, and then they play really OP killers, and then it's just unfun at that point. So you just don't want to play that game anymore.
They're just grinding XP.
Yeah. And if you have a team, if you have a party of 4 people, so like we call it Survive with Friends, so Swift. So if you have a cool Swift team, right, and you're doing voice call, all right, And if someone in that team, for me, like specifically, if someone in my team gets really salty about how the killer is playing and they're not having fun, it will just ruin my experience of playing Dead by Daylight. So that's like the reason I don't play it anymore, because playing it by myself is boring. Playing with a team that one of them gets salty, I get salty. So like it's it's not fun anymore for me.
In games like that, especially in Among Us, there can easily be just one bad apple that ruins the whole patch.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember we've had some times, like me and Sid playing Among Us with some people, where just like one person raging over something.
One or two, yeah.
It just takes one who just like it just ruins the whole vibe just because they're like in a bad mood. Like, I can't believe you guys would accuse me. I'm just gonna storm out of here. And then everyone just feels kind of awkward. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna keep playing
that has
now.
Happened. Yeah, that has happened to me too, in like playing Among Us. But and like even Mario Party, people who just like take the game too seriously.
Oh, Mario Party, that's the intent is to make you lose friends.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know. People like these days, people who take the games too seriously just like put me in a bad mood and just make me not want to play the game anymore.
Like take the games too seriously within a certain like
range,
group.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Like you can take the game too seriously, like if you're online Valorant or like League or whatever, you can just be that person who cares, Rocket League, whatever.
Like,
but
see,
if you're
I think when I'm playing with people, when I'm playing in a party with people, I don't want to take the game seriously. I just want to have fun. Yeah. Like, I don't care if I lose or win. I just want to have a good time and like just like scream at each other and like be funny, you know? Like, I just want to have fun with the people that I'm playing with. And if people start getting mad and start taking the game too seriously, and this happens to me too when I play League. And it's majorly the reason that I play League by myself, because I can take the game seriously and have fun by myself. Because if I play with a party or a duo, if we do bad and one of us gets salty, then it's just not fun anymore, and it makes me not want to play the game. So
like if it's not an online game, like Trey, you can talk about like your first experience with Back 4 Blood versus our group that we ended up playing with.
It's all about the group you're in. The first time I played Back 4 Blood, it was with Dapper, Huff, and Quan, and the whole time we just kept raging about how, like, oh, this stupid 2 continue system. Dapper kept saying it was cringe every 5 minutes. And I'm like, come on, guys, we got to give it a chance. Come on. And even their mood was, like, rubbing off on me a little bit. And they're like, all right. But then I played it with, like, Sid, KO, and Dap Yee, not Dapper. And we had a blast. Like, our mindset was totally changed. We were like, okay, we keep failing this thing, but we're having a good time. So, like, the vibes are good.
Yeah. And that's why we're like,
that can 100% change your perception of the same game.
Mm-hmm. 100%. The people you play the game with, the group you play like with, changes your whole mood about the whole game.
Yeah.
Like if you play Phasmophobia with people who are scared as fuck of playing Phasmophobia, it makes the game so much more fun. It makes the game so much more fun because people are screaming like, oh my god, it's here. Did you take the picture? Yes. Oh my god, just run. And it just like, makes the game so much more fun.
Being in the moment versus just like, oh man, that sucks. Like, oh, I got killed by the ghost again or whatever.
Jeez, dude.
Oh, geez, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's also one of the reasons I stopped playing Dead by Daylight, because like I used to have a really fun Swift that I would play with, but then eventually we just didn't have time to play together, so I just never got back to playing with that kind of group, and like it would just be like me and one other person, and then if it's a duo, then it's not that fun, like contrary to playing with like a whole squad, you know? Yeah, so it was hard for me to find that core group of people that would want to play Dead by Daylight with me that didn't also hate the game. So it was hard.
So I just stopped playing. Vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I've played
like
1,600 and I think I've played 2,000 hours of Dead by Daylight. Jesus. Like that's a lot. I've played 2,000 hours of Dead by Daylight and I don't play it anymore. I haven't played it in like a year.
I'm the exact same way with Rocket League. Like I played it. I had 1,600 hours in it. Like before it switched to Epic Games, and I've like my one duo partner that I really played with a lot just kind of went, yeah, fuck this game, and I have not picked it up since. Because there's really like I don't want to play that online and be like stressed out about upping my rank or. Like, what do they think of how bad I am or whatever, shit like that. Like, those thoughts are just, like, in the back of my head. And sure, I should just, like, shut them out just like you do with that Tinder date that we can get into. But,
God.
like my brain just doesn't do that, and I'm just like, it's just too like, oh man, he's probably pissed at me, or like they're probably pissed at me.
I think that's why I pretty much just stick to single player games or like co-op with no opposing team, because there's no like, there's no like thought in my head of like, oh man, they probably hate me.
You also have this thought in the back of your head, Trey, that you're bad at games.
No, I do. I actually am bad at games. Did you see how many times I died on that boss in the last episode of the podcast? I didn't,
because I didn't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah, don't spoil yourself. You're right.
Yeah, I saw like the boss like spawning.
I don't know.
I don't grasp the game mechanics like you do, like so quickly.
Is there? You know what? Well, we're talking about casual games kind of now. Like Trey's been playing through Hollow Knight. I've actually started through Hollow Knight.
I quit playing Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah, well you're 97% in. Quit playing Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I got 97%. I just like don't care to get the remaining 3% because I'm like I don't know.
I feel like you could adequately review the game now.
I think I got burnt out by just like that one boss I had to play like an entire day. So
is there like with the game of or the life of a game developer, do you have time to play like games casually at all?
Yes and no. I mean, nowadays I kind of don't. I mean, my time, it sucks because my free time I use it to play League.
Yeah,
but that's
League doesn't count as a game.
I mean, League, like the thing is, like I want to play new games, but at the same time, League is my comfort game where I could just sit back and not think about learning new things. It's just like chill for me because I already know all the champions. Like I already know what the champion does. I don't have to really think twice about learning a new thing or like, you know, I don't know how to explain it other than that.
And also
just, for me, it's a comfort
like,
game.
Another thing is like, you should be careful what you wish for, because you were saying like, oh, my dream job is to work for the people who make Dead by Daylight. But do you think that working in that industry sort of ruins your perception of games because you're way too analytical of stuff?
No, not really. Because I'm not a QA. I'm not a like. I think if I was a QA, it would ruin my entire...
that'd be like, I'm just looking for all these mistakes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It would ruin my entire experience of playing video games, but since I just do the modeling, I don't... Like, for me, the one thing that ruins games for me is the way they look. Because I'm the artist. So for me, if a game looks good, and I would be like, oh, I want to play that, you know?
Yeah, in your position, you would definitely care about graphics more than the average person would.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have time to play other video games other than League. The last game that I played that wasn't League, It Takes Two. Amazing game, by the way.
Oh,
probably
yeah.
my favorite game.
With?
I played it with a friend of mine who's called Aaron. He's one of my mods.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron. I love him. My husbando. But we played together, and it was the most fun I've ever had playing any game before, and it has become my favorite game. Wow. And my second favorite game actually is the single player game that has like no text, no anything, no communication whatsoever. It has like actually no fighting, no game. Like I don't know how to explain it other than it's just an art game.
No gameplay.
It's staring at a wall.
Like the gameplay, like when you think about gameplay, you think like, oh, you're gonna be fighting enemies and shit like that. Like no, you don't really fight enemies. You don't fight anybody in this game. It's kind of like just an art game, and it's called Journey. If you have not played Journey, oh my god, please play it. It's an amazing game. I 100%ed
it. I
100%ed Journey too.
I haven't played this game. Is this the game where the title screen is a dude standing on a hill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah. I can picture it in my head. I can picture it.
A black, just like a carpet.
Yeah.
Clad.
Yeah.
Okay, Sid, explain to me Journey. Like, how would you explain Journey?
A journey.
I would initially start. It's just like, oh, it's the video game soundtrack that won an Oscar.
Oh my god!
Or like a Grammy.
It's so good.
Did it win a Grammy or an Oscar?
I don't know.
It was one of the two. Before the video, like, explain Journey. Ace, you go through a desert.
Yeah.
And
sounds
you
exciting.
find other people like you and explore it with them and like establish a connection with somebody that you don't know who they are and how to communicate with them.
It's an online player, by the way. This is a real person.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's like asynchronous shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I guess it's not asynchronous because you're both playing at the same time. But it's just like it blends your gameplay together so well. Like you can go too far away from somebody and disconnect from them and then reintegrate into somebody else's game.
Oh my God. That's one of my favorite things about the game. And you don't even communicate. The only way you can communicate with them is through like a little chime that your character does.
Little like bubbles that you expel from yourself.
Yeah.
And, man, I would just feel weird being like, there's an actual person with me and just like, this is fucking weird.
No, it does not feel weird.
I didn't know it was an actual person when I was playing it. When I was playing it, I was like, wait, there's someone else playing this game with me.
You were just like, dude,
I thought it was a computer, and then they didn't move like a computer or an AI, and I was like, wait, is this a real person? And then I Googled it, and they told me, like Google told me, that it was actually a real other person. That was.
Oh man, I wonder if I do play this game, I put it on my bucket list just now, but if I do play it, I wonder if me not knowing that it had that thing in it would have like changed my.
I knew because I listened to like I don't know. I listened to a bunch of
you actually might not even find another person playing the game because like it's really old, so you probably won't find another one playing it.
I would probably just get like AI fill-in positions and stuff.
No, it doesn't have that.
It doesn't have that. So I would just be all alone on the journey by myself.
On the journey,
but you will enjoy it. It's a good journey.
All right, it's on my list of random shows and games and movies to watch.
But like the most important thing about it is that they integrate the players so well that you think, or during my first playthrough, I thought I was playing with one person the whole way. And then at the end, once you beat the game, it's not a very long game. I think it's like 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's like
really
one
short.
sitting. And
how much does it cost?
I have no idea how much it would be now. It was on the PS3.
I got it on a PS3, and I got it for free because someone hacked into my account and then put money into my account, and then I just like back hacked them, and then I just spent their money in the journey. And it was the best $25 I've ever spent.
It was the Nigerian prince that gave me Path of Radiance.
It was the Nigerian prince. Someone from Texas hacked my account, and then they just put money in my account, and then I just hacked them back, and I used that $25 to buy Journey, and it was the best $25 I spent on the game.
Yeah, most friendly hack exchange I've ever heard of.
I know, right? It was a pleasant surprise.
But did you have the same experience, Pinkish, where you got to the end of the game and it shows you the names, like the gamer tags of the people that you interacted with on your playthrough?
Oh, and I don't remember that.
Yeah, it has it's a nighttime desert scene where it, like the end shot of it, like I don't want to spoil it if Trey's gonna play it, but it just shows all the gamer tags. I'm like, oh, so I played with 7 different people. I thought it was one dude the whole time, or one person the whole time.
When I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be just no one.
It's like you found nobody.
Nobody's on.
But yeah, like and then I replayed it for like a week.
I really hope that when you play Journey, you find that person that you're playing Journey with.
It's going to be just one person. They're going to be my soulmate.
And then they're going to be your soulmate, and you're going to text them like after the game, like, oh my God, I can't believe we played this game together all throughout. And it's just
their username. I'll just like find them on like their Twitter. And be like, oh my God, it's a real person. Holy shit.
On my following playthroughs, I did try to like stay as close to the other person as possible because I knew I would disconnect if I went too far away, just to like have them actually be with only one person and just be that other person for them. But it.
And then they start like getting away from you, like, no, babe, come back.
No, babe, I didn't mean it. No.
It was just a joke.
It was a prank, bro.
It was a prank, bro.
What was it? With that game, I know a lot of people had really important like moments with that game or whatever. I didn't really have that. I liked it enough, but it wasn't like. I
cried.
Oh, you cried,
dude.
Yeah.
I
it was so beautiful.
Stuff.
It was so visually beautiful, and I think this was at the start of me finding what I wanted to do with like my career, and I was like, man, I can see myself doing this type of game, and it just made me cry. I cry for everything. I cry about everything. So just playing the game made me cry of how beautiful it looked, and I was like, this is the type of thing that I want to make. This is what I want to do in life.
That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Make a desert.
Yeah, make a desert.
Yeah,
it's so much more than a desert. I don't want to spoil it.
I'm sure there's a lot more to it than the desert, but yeah.
That game made me want to be an environment artist.
See, I'm a huge fan of stuff that makes me cry because I'm actually a huge movie crier. I watched The Truman Show recently. I only cried 2 times, so I cried half as much as Forrest Gump. So it's half as good as Forrest Gump.
You know what? I feel like I am an imposter because I cry at everything. I literally cry at everything.
You even, as an imposter, you cry at Among Us.
I did not cry while watching Forrest Gump.
What?
Oh. No, I didn't.
I cried 4 times watching
I think
that.
I teared up at the end of it, but I didn't cry. And I actually didn't watch Forrest Gump until like this year. Well, last year.
What?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to watch it again because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna hit me the same way. I just know it. Who knows?
I don't remember the things that make me like. I can't think of a movie that made me cry, but I know that the end of Madoka Magica got me emotional.
Oh my god! I thought I was the only person and someone else who had watched this series.
Oh yeah, I saw it too. It didn't really hit me as hard as it did, but I was like, yeah.
Keo recommended it.
Oh my god, it hit me. It hit me so bad. I cried.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
it hit me pretty. I rewatched it.
I didn't cry to that.
Like to the ending of Madoka Magica, I rewatched it again just to like get some like, and it's still just as emotional the second time through, and it's just like. It does cater itself to a rewatch, and it's just like,
well, yeah, it's really short.
It's
a pretty short watch. So
yeah, it's a very short watch.
That's one of like 4 animes I've ever seen. So
it's a good anime.
It is a good anime. The shot that I keep thinking was just like, oh, when people talk about how beautiful Journey is, I think of the slide down.
Oh my god!
Don't spoil the slide. Good. There's a slide. What?
There's a good slide. That's a good. Yeah.
How is there a slide in the desert? This makes no sense.
But there are like collectibles in the game too, so it's like just like fuck. I missed the collectible. I got to restart.
Yeah.
And you got to watch the start again. You're just like, oh, this looks really good. I have to get this collectible. But yeah, I guess we're deep enough in.
And we can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Well, we can do the question.
Oh, the question. Yo.
Oh my god.
All right.
You want to do it? I'm scared.
Is it my turn?
I maybe.
I don't know whose turn it is, but
you know what? We can team it.
Double team it?
Oh, we can double team it.
Oh god.
All right. I just want to establish. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm just going to establish that I'm going to change the setting. All right.
Ooh. Okay.
We always do the big building, typical marble this,
Pinkish
marble
doesn't
that.
know this.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know this, Sid. I don't know if you know.
I do know this, yeah.
So you're in a desert.
Okay.
It's a very beautiful desert. Like, you designed this desert. It's so beautiful.
There's a lot of red carpeting.
Yes. You're walking through with your suit on. It's quite hot because of that. Yes. And you're going to an interview. All right. And actually, this is quite pertinent because you sort of work with games anyway. But anyway, there's in the horizon, there's an oasis. All right. And the oasis has the person who's going to interview you for some reason. I don't know.
What the fuck?
And there's a little fold-up table, little card table set up. And you're walking up, ready to be interviewed by none other than I didn't think about this. Who was it, Sid?
Falaire.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Falaire. All right, so Falaire's going to interview you to get a job at Gaming Inc. I don't know what they do, but you want a job there, all right?
Okay.
So, and before this interview can start, though, as we all know, you got to hand her your resume. Not just any resume, not a boring old resume. This is your gaming resume full of all your greatest gaming achievements. What goes on that gaming resume?
Oh, man. Okay. I think my first amazing gaming achievement was getting a sub 130 in Sunshine.
Oh yeah,
that's a pog milestone.
I actually cried when I got that one sub 130. And it was a very exciting moment for me. Whenever I got plat in League, I was very excited too. It was a huge achievement for me, hitting plat.
Nice.
A good achievement of mine is also reaching what was it called? So in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you could prestige all of your weapons to get a diamond skin. So you had to prestige your weapon all the way to like many times. You had to prestige your weapon many times.
Yeah, I remember this.
I prestige all of one of the classes. I think it was like the submachine guns. I had all of my submachine guns in prestige like diamond like skin.
That's a lot.
And I also prestiged max. So I prestiged 10 times.
This was Black Ops 2?
Yeah.
Was this the first Call of Duty? What's the first one you played?
My first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, so was Black Ops 2, I'm assuming it was your favorite one?
It was my peak, yeah. That was my peak.
What did it have over the other Call of Duties?
I don't fucking know. It was just
the one. It was just like time and place.
The same thing as Pokemon. You just keep playing them, just keep buying them.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was just like, oh, it hit the right time.
Yeah, you know? I think the one thing I like about Black Ops and like Black Ops 2 is the zombie maps and zombies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, zombies was a good time because I used to play with my cousins all the time. Zombies, so that was one of the reasons that I got Black Ops 2 and I kept playing it.
Cool.
Playing with other people is powerful.
Oh yeah.
Like playing like local whatever or even online.
Oh yeah,
like,
split screen in person.
Yep. I've always been more of an online gamer than I have ever been like a single player game person. Like I started playing like when I actually got into gaming, I started playing Black Ops, well, Call of Duty, and then after that I jumped into League, and then from League I went into Dead by Daylight. I played a bit of Overwatch. I played actually a bit of Rocket League as well. So I've always been into like online games, but okay, anyway, back to the question of what would be in my resume.
Wait, back to that in a second. How high rank did you get in Rocket League?
I don't remember. I stopped playing pretty early on.
All right.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Higher rank
that's the only
than you,
like online game that I kept playing.
I think my other achievement would be getting my entire party in Pokemon Pearl to like 1100. That was like my favorite thing about my about my party. Scrap that. Getting my party, two of my front Pokemon in Pokemon XD. I don't know if you've ever played the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's a GameCube
I had
game.
Coliseum, but not that one.
Gale of Darkness, great game. I got my first two, the first two Pokemon that you throw out, because I believe all Pokemon XD battles are double. So my two front Pokemon, I played that game so much that I got them to level 100. And you don't usually do that.
Is it something other than Espeon and Umbreon?
Yep. I got an Espeon.
Oh, it is Espeon and Umbreon. Okay.
It was my Teddy Ursa and...
Is it basically just Coliseum except it has Shadow Lugia?
Yep.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yep. But yeah, I got my two front Pokemon to level 100 in that game. I would play it all the time. Like, it was my second favorite Pokemon game for sure. What would be another good achievement?
Is there any like really so we play video games. We're the podcast name is Video Games Are Hard. The pod addict.
Video games are hard. That's true.
Video games are hard. Is there any like really difficult video game that you've like achieved greatness in, or like not achieved greatness but like beaten?
I haven't really beaten that many like solo player games. I mean, I tried to beat Cuphead and I didn't really finish it. Okay. So, but I was really proud of beating anything in Cuphead. I was like, oh my god, I did it.
Woo!
No.
Because Trey's been going through like Dark Souls recently. I played Vanquish Godhard, and just like we've been trying to like go through the rigmarole of beating actually difficult games, because we had do a podcast called Video Games Are Hard,
or just playing casual games apart from just things that I run in general. Yeah. That's
like, oh, we play Sunshine over and over again. It's like great, but
yeah, no, I don't think there was honestly another achievement was being able to do all moons in Odyssey under 20 hours.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wait, wow, that's really fast.
I was at the bottom of the leaderboard for a long time. Not anymore, but I was the last one on the leaderboards for a long time.
Is all moons is that the 880 or the 999?
What do you mean? Oh, no, it's at the 880. So 880, it's okay. all unique moons.
So you don't like buy all the shit or whatever?
No, you don't need to.
That's
100%. I would not do that.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, beating that in under 20 hours was another good achievement of mine. It's more of a speedrunning achievement, but yeah.
Being able to do that in one sitting is really impressive.
I wanted to die like 5 hours in.
Yeah, I believe that.
So
it's like,
you like ran Odyssey somewhat?
Oh yeah, I actually got a 114 in Odyssey, which used to be pretty good at that time, but not anymore.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so I started speedrunning Sunshine for the better half of 2017, and then Odyssey came out 2017 October. So my hands started getting a lot of pain, so I had to stop playing Sunshine for a long time. And then Odyssey came out, so I would play Odyssey for like 2 years or something like that, and then I stopped speedrunning again, and I just like started speedrunning Sunshine again. Like, and
then you came back to Sunshine when your wrist got pain from all the shaking in the controller.
Yep.
There you go. It all comes full circle.
I actually got more wrist pain and hand pain from playing Banjo-Kazooie than I did from
really Banjo.
Sunshine.
What does Banjo have that you do?
I think you have like the fact that I have to hold the Z button on the N64 controller first, like you have to hold it all the time.
It's just because you're
on Talontrot. Yeah, you're on Talontrot all the time, so you have to hold Z. So that would
that's kind of like in Mario Maker when you're always holding down the Joy-Con button. It hurts your finger after a while.
Yeah,
because it's like such a small button you're pushing in.
Yeah, the like I can visualize the imprint of the Joy-Con button. It leaves an imprint on your thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one. Everyone hates this game, but I love it. This is the one game that I will defend to death,
okay.
even though it's shit. Star Fox Adventures.
Yo,
oh my God.
Dude, we know someone who loves that game.
You're welcome here.
Yes, yeah. I love Star Fox Adventures. It's a core memory of mine as a child. I was never able to beat it until 2020. Like whenever the pandemic was going on, I was like, I'm gonna replay this game, and I want to beat it finally. And I finally was able to beat it, and I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. I cried as well at the end of beating the game because I was like, I'm so happy that I finally beat this game, and it was like one of my favorite games.
Tried at Star Fox Adventures, but not Forrest Gump.
I know, right?
If you've run into Quaniza, it's in his top 10 video games of all time.
I love Star Fox Adventures. I tried speedrunning it.
It's really long.
Not only is it long, it's fucking hard. The community is tiny as shit, and the people in the community suck. I'm sorry if you watch this podcast and you are part of the community now, but back in the day when I was trying to speedrun, the people there was so rude. And they were like, some of them were not even helpful. Some of them were super rude. Like I just did not feel at all welcome in that community. I was just like, I don't even feel like speedrunning this game. And there was not enough. And since it was so small, there was not enough like information on like how to do certain clips, and it was a lot of out of bounds, and it was like really fucking hard.
Well, so that is kind of expected. Like the smaller the game is, the fewer resources it's gonna have usually.
Yeah. And it's a really long speed. It's like 4 hours or 5 hours for any percent.
I'm sorry to hear that. It always sucks to hear like certain specific games just have like bad communities.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I don't care anymore. I mean, these people probably have changed like all of us have, so I don't really hold any grudges or like have any bad blood towards them or anything. But at the time, like it just, I did not have a good experience with the community, so I would just like I just stopped.
Do you think there's to talk about how you defend Star Fox Adventures, is there a critique that you know of for Star Fox Adventures that you're just like, no, you're wrong?
Like, no, not really.
Just quote the whole JonTron video.
I haven't seen it, but it probably is factually correct. Like the game is, I think the thing people hate about it is the fact that it's not a actual.
It's not like a 64-esque Star Fox.
Yeah. It's not the traditional Star Fox game, you know. So
I haven't played it. I haven't had interest in playing it because I drank the JonTron Kool-Aid and was like, oh fuck that game. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it. maybe underneath, ignoring that it's Star Fox is probably a decent game.
Oh, so. I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. The combat kind of sucks, but overall, I think it's pretty fun. The quest that you have to do, the puzzles that you have to do are really fun. It's a fucking hard game. Like the more you get, like the farther you get into the game, it's freaking hard. Like it took me a while to beat it. Like
Pac-Man World 2 is the same way. People say like, oh, Pac-Man World 2 looks so easy. I bet anyone playing World 4 would have trouble getting through it because I know I did casually. So
yeah,
the only Star Fox game that I've ever played is Adventures. So I don't really have
same. That's the only Star Fox game I ever played.
I've only played Assault. I enjoyed Assault. It's kind of short.
Assault has like the same vibe from what I've watched. Not like the same vibe as like, oh, you're stranded on a planet and you have like you're separated from everything ship related, really, and then you just kind of go through it like I guess a Zelda game.
Assault is basically 64, except it's extremely linear, and it has on-foot segments, and it has crystal. So, yeah.
But yeah, so is that your list of achievements? I'm glad that we got into it like then. That's a good list.
All right, and then further down on your resume, beyond achievements, what would you say your special gaming skill is?
Oh yeah, this is a question.
I'm actually a top 1% of supports in NA and League of Legends.
Ooh.
Repping out here. I personally think I'm a really good like support player. And I am wrongfully stuck in plat, but people would disagree.
I did read your Twitch bio before we went live, just to like, I don't know, kind of brush up on a little bit Pinkish, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm hard stuck plat. Please carry me. Please carry me out.
Yeah, that is very, very true. But no, yeah, I think my greatest achievement, like my, what was the question again?
Yeah, your
special skill. It's like
my special skill.
On the part of the resume where it's just like hardworking or like. I don't know. I think my special skill within gaming is being able to grasp the mechanics faster than the average person.
I would actually say that that's also one of my things. I'm able to like pick up a game very quickly and and be somewhat good at it. Like I'm able to just like quickly pick up the game. Oh god. Quickly pick up the game, sorry. And just like I don't want to be cocky and say like I'm good at it, but like I am relatively better than the beginner player would say, you know. Yeah. Like if I were to like play Rocket League, I could probably get like gold or some shit like that in like the first few months of playing. Mm-hmm. If I actually put like effort into it, but lately these days I don't put really much effort into it, but I think that's the one thing that one of my skills in gaming that I would say stands out. Yeah.
I like having that skill. I like not being. I guess Root Hero would argue that I'm bad at Stardew Valley. But
well, I'm okay. She has 500 hours. You have what? Diddly squat.
Hey, I have 40 now.
There you go. It's something. All right.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
We're getting there. I don't have the natural skill for Stardew Valley apparently, but. Yeah,
you're such a natural at fishing, though, right?
Oh, I was.
Dude, fishing in Stardew Valley is so hard. I tried, really hard. And I was like, I don't know. I don't understand how to do this.
I love fishing. Fishing is like my calling within that game. Otherwise, suck. But so that's the gaming resume. I know there's one more topic that Trey and you and I guess me to some extent wants to cover. And we're getting to the end.
Oh, I was gonna segue into that very, very nicely. I was gonna say, is it the fitness? Are we gonna talk fitness?
No, yeah, sure. Gaming
I was gonna
fitness.
Let you segue.
I was gonna say that I think part of the reason why I am like naturally good at games whenever I pick them up is because I've always been naturally good at sports. Like I'm just naturally good at any sport that I play. And I am able to pick it up really quickly and just be good at it.
Yeah, you have the height advantage, first of all.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I was gonna.
Not to discredit you. I'm just saying.
but yeah, I mean,
what would you say?
Right.
What are like your fitness goals? Because like I looked at your Twitter recently too. I was like, okay, doing some fitness stuff.
Honestly, I try not to have certain goals when it comes to fitness. Because
are you more looking for like strength or like?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
I think just having fun with it, you know?
Okay.
I actually got into this discussion recently because I have a Discord, solely for women and non-binary people, for fitness, specifically for fitness. And one of my Discord members was talking about how they feel like they don't see results and they want to see results, but then they get dismotivated because a month in they don't see results. And
you gotta be patient. It's a long process.
The one thing that I told them was like, listen, like specifically the one thing that helped me in my fitness journey was not thinking about the results, not thinking I'm doing this for results. Like I'm not going to the gym because I want to get skinny or I want to get bulkier or I want to get muscular. Like I just want to go to the gym because I think it's fun to lift.
That's a good mindset to have.
Yeah,
and
like, because if you think in your head like, oh, in 3 months I'm gonna see results, but then you don't, because XYZ, you ate the wrong thing and you didn't keep like a strict diet, or you didn't do the correct workouts, or you didn't actually go as hard as you thought you were, and then you don't see results, then you're gonna feel down about yourself, and like you're just gonna quit at that point. So I try not to have that in my brain, like I'm doing this for results. In my head, it's just the results will come. I just want to do it because it's fun for me. And it kind of like speedrunning. I just want to challenge myself and like beat my personal records. In lifting, it's called PRs, and speedrunning, it's called PB.
I know all about PRs. In double dash time trials, we call it PRs. So.
So basically for me, it's more fun to be like, oh my God, I beat my PR. And I guess you could say that at that point you could also be down about yourself if you don't beat your PR for like a long period of time, or like it's been 4 months and I haven't beaten my PR in squats, but the one thing I try to tell myself is that I'm just doing this for fun, and it will come with time, and then I just have to prep myself better, and then it just becomes like a fun thing for me to be like, oh, I need to eat this more these meals and these many calories, and I need to it could get unhealthy at that point. Like I could get into that later, but
I gotta say, like, as far as gaining mass, eating enough is by far the hardest part.
Oh my God, diet is everything. I
definitely don't eat enough. I'm just like bad. I'm bad at eating.
It's hard. It's hard to bulk. I am currently bulking, and I have to eat 2,800 calories a day, and I don't even do that every day. It's so much food. It's too much food. I never track what I eat. I'm just kind of like, yeah, this looks like a lot of food. I'll eat it. And I think that's also why I don't track calories, because I think it would take away the fun part.
Yeah, it's like I don't want
the whole journey.
I don't want to be solving equations when I eat this burrito.
Exactly. I don't want to calculate how many protein grams this slab of chicken has. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah. So I try to keep a more open mindset when it comes to that.
I never had the issue like when I was going to the gym a shit ton from when I was like 14 to 22. When I started doing that a lot, like my metabolism basically just kept up with me, and I just kind of ate that much as a base level. So that's how I bulked up pretty well. But like nowadays, like thinking about it, if I went back to the gym, or when I can go back to the gym, that would be I've never really thought about how difficult that could actually be for me.
Oh my God, bulking is
it's so hard to like return to the gym after many months of not doing it.
Yeah,
because there was a period when I got fired from my old job and COVID was happening. There was like an 11-month stint. I didn't do like any exercise whatsoever. But then I got back into it a few months ago, going to a gym near me now. And I was like a struggle at first. I was getting hella sore for like the simplest shit. Yeah. But now I'm like in a really good spot where like I've been doing it for a number of months and it feels super natural. And I have like a 3-a-week system going on. And for me, like, I agree that not caring about results or not is very important for keeping it up. And I think just in general, people underestimate just the positive mental benefit that exercise really has.
I was gonna get into that. I was gonna say, like, listen, if like, try not to think about the results. Try not to think about like, I'm doing this because I need to be active. Like, don't treat going to the gym or exercising as a chore, like don't treat it as something like you have to do, like treat it as something fun. And if doing cycling for an hour at the gym is not fun for you, then don't do it. Try something else. Try doing the step master. I don't know. Like, try weightlifting, try powerlifting, try running, try dancing, try all these types of yoga, working out that you can do. Like, do what you like. And then from there, you can just continue, right? Like, for me, I found that powerlifting was like really fun for me. And it doesn't have, like, if you lift weights, you don't have to be a power lifter. Like, that doesn't have to be your thing. You can just go to the gym and lift weights and it will make you happy. Like, like,
yeah,
the serotonin, man. It has done wonders for my mental health, for sure.
And there's a number of days where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like going, and it's raining outside, and it's going to be a pain. But then I come out like later that day, I'm like, oh, I feel great that I exercised. So for all the gamers out there who maybe neglect exercise like I do, at certain points, I'm telling you, like keep doing, have like a consistent routine of doing it. It has a definite like positive benefit to it, like mentally.
I miss it. I miss it so much. All I do at home right now is like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of like still getting over like a lockdown thing and stuff.
Yeah, like there are gyms open, but I can't. I can't.
It's kind of sussy to go to one right now.
Yeah, it is sussy. But
especially with your like living with your parents and stuff. So yeah.
No, well, just being around my parents as much as I am. Yeah. But the. Yeah. But yeah, I can definitely appreciate. Like there was a really long stint. Since I was 14, like I was really passionate about going to the gym for that long, and then I got like a really a wage slave job, I guess, and then
wage cagey,
and then but just the feeling of progressing and stuff like that, and like just the constant motivation to keep improving yourself is very important, and like I think I found that kind of within speedrunning, and that's kind of where a lot of my motivation came from. Like I kind of like sidestepped it, where it just was all of this exercise, and then it sidestepped a video game, which I maybe not the most healthy sidestep ever, but it exists. And that's so with you, where are your intentions to go with this?
I don't know, just have fun with it. Keep having fun. I think the one goal that I have for like this year entirely is to start bulking, because I've never done it, and I want to like grow like mass in general. So I want to like keep that bulk for like at least 3 to 4 months, and make sure, like, bulking can be very, very taxing mentally, because you're gonna gain weight and you're not gonna look quote unquote fit, so
so here's the thing, right? Whenever I tell myself I'm going to start bulking, I always end up half-assing it and then like sort of not doing it, because when I gain fat, it 100% goes to my gut. So I just look like
it happens to me too.
I become the definition of skinny fat. And it's like, this looks kind of gross. Maybe I should like, watch when I eat a little bit. But it's like, no, I got to eat more though. But like, I'm looking fat. Like,
but you have to eat like the right things. Like you don't eat like empty carbs, and don't eat like a lot of fat or a lot of sugar and like stuff like that. You have to be mindful of what you eat, because that's what will happen. Like if you bulk dirty, you're gonna gain dirty like mass. You're gonna gain fat.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like I hear so many people say like, oh, it's all about just simply calories in, calories out. But I guess there's technically more to it than that.
Yeah. Oh, it's a whole science, man. It's taking me a lot of research, and I'm still learning so much from it. So yeah, I mean, for the goal that I have this year is basically to bench at least 115, which is I think it's like a 35 plate on each side, right? So it's 150 pounds, 115 pounds. Like that's a lot. I'm currently at 95, so I'm getting there. And then just from there, just be like, I want to bench a plate. I want to bench 135 pounds. Last year, I set myself to squat 1 plate, and I did it. I was able to beat it, and I was really happy. But I knew that if I didn't beat it, that was not going to be the end of the world. I was going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to try next week, and then just keep at it. But for me to be able to reach these goals that I have to bulk, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to lift 115 pounds.
You gain strength so much more when you just eat more.
Oh my God, it's insane. And I'm also like I'm also like taking some supplements and stuff. So I'm taking creatine, and it's a whole science. But going back to like the thing that like going back to what's it called? Seeing results at the gym, right? Back when I started going to the gym because I wanted to see results, or I wanted to grow my glutes, and I wanted to grow my legs and a little bit of my upper body. And I started going to the gym in 2020, before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit. And then after the pandemic hit, I was doing at-home workouts, but I was doing HIIT cardio, which not good, because
no.
Oh my God. I have a lot of progress pictures in my Instagram if you want to follow it, Helen.gains with a Z at.
Good plug.
Shameless plug. You can follow me on Instagram.
You can plug whatever you want.
Yeah, that's just the only thing I would plug. I have some progress pictures there, and I have a picture there from when I was doing cardio. And oh my God, I look so much more quote unquote fat. Like I just had so much more fat in my body. And I was like, wait, why is this not working? Like I don't look good. I don't think I look good, you know? And the one thing that I was, whenever like the pandemic like started to ease out and like I moved out of like my situation and then I started going to the gym, like because the gyms were open. At that time, long story short, I got into the gym again and I started weightlifting, and I didn't do it because I wanted to see results then, and because I started and I did like in 2020 I did the gym. I actually did it from 2019 to 2020, so like end of 2019, and I did not see any results. I was not seeing results because one, I was not doing the correct workouts. I was not doing them correctly. Second of all, I was not eating right. Third of all, and fourth, I was just focusing too much on looking at the results, you know? Like my brain was just like, oh my God, results in 3 months. In 3 months, I'm going to see results. But after I got rid of that like mindset, I eventually started seeing results because I started, I don't even think I changed too much of my diet even. I changed a little bit of my diet. I started eating like more protein, and that was it. I just started doing a little bit more research on how to do the workouts and making sure that I increased the weights every time something. Is your main
research source just like YouTube videos?
Honestly, yeah, and TikTok.
YouTube has just like a plethora, like whatever exercise you want. There's so many resources out there. It
is crazy. There's so many people that are educated on the topic, and they will give you free like information. And they're certified trainers that are out there in YouTube, like teaching you this. And if it wasn't for YouTube,
I would have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're trying to get into that, it takes a lot of research. Please do your research correctly.
Yeah. Don't just go in and like YOLO it.
Don't just look at. Okay, so when I say research, when it comes to like weightlifting, don't just look at one video and one person and just do whatever they do. Look at several, like at least 10 certified trainers on YouTube. And
of like just one specific exercise.
Exactly.
And then that's how you do it.
Because again, there is no perfect universal like form.
Yeah.
Form depends on your body and how you're built, pretty much. And there's no like perfect form. And this is something that like took me a lot to learn, and I wish I knew when I started lifting that there is no perfect form. Your form depends on how tall you are, how short your femur is, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's many reasons of why the form on your body would change. So please do your research. Definitely don't look at 3 people and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, you know, because like that's not how the correct way to do it. Also, downloading apps that tell you like this is the workout you should do also is gonna get you in a routine that is not gonna be fun. In my personal opinion. Also, it's definitely
good to like track what you do every day.
Oh yes,
like,
track what you do.
Take notes on what you did like during that session.
Sure. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to keep track of like the exercise you do. So having an app is fun, but at the end of the day, I started doing like I would grab throughout all of my research. I would grab workouts and like specific movements and workouts from different people that would do it, all of them.
Oh, I would do that all the time.
And then I would just make my own like program, pretty much. Mm-hmm. I just knew, I educated myself enough to know that compound lifts come first. Then it's kind of like a triangle thing. I don't really know how to explain it. So it's compound, something else, I don't know what it's called, and then
like isolation exercises.
Yeah, and then isolation at the end, right? So you do isolation exercises at the end, and then compounds at the start, because compounds take more of like your energy, and it's better if you do them at start, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's all science. So that's how I would structure my workouts, and that's how I structure my workouts now. And with my knowledge that I have now and all of my research, I'm able to switch around my workouts on the spot and Like if I'm like, I am not feeling the barbell rows, I could just switch it up to something else, right? Yeah. And it would keep it fun for me. Cause like, for example, I was getting bored of the same routine that I was doing for my back days. And I was like, I need to change it up or I'm going to hate back days. And I had to switch it up somehow, and I did. And now I am enjoying it a bit more. But that's something also to keep in mind.
I've always thought that back's like my least favorite to work out for some reason.
Yeah, it used to be my least. It used to be my favorite, then it became my least, and then now it's like in the middle. It's like in between. Like I feel like right currently now, I enjoy working out all parts of my body. Like, which is nice because I'm excited to go to the gym every day, and like I'm not like The one thing that changed about back day for me was starting to do actual pull-ups, because I have not been able to do a body like pull-up. I've only been able to do assisted pull-ups.
That's huge. And
then I started training to actually do a pull-up by myself, and then it became again a challenge. So every day that it would be back day, I would be like, oh my god, I'm so excited to try to do a pull-up, you know.
Mm-hmm. I never understood the I know the common thing is just like, oh, leg day is the worst. I never understood that. I always loved
leg day, actually.
I hated leg day until I started doing certain workouts, and then I started seeing a lot of big results, and then I would break my PR in squats, and I started to get more excited about my leg day. So yeah. I love it. I love it again now, but I used to hate leg day.
I think the one that I hated the most was back day, because it would just tire me so much.
Back just requires like so much effort, and like so many require grip strength too, and it's just kind of awkward. So.
Yeah, whenever I would do back day, whenever I got home, I just have to sit. Like I couldn't do much else with my day, so I had to just kind of chill for the entire thing.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up soon, but I have one last thing. Like, as far as my fitness goals, for the most part, I just want to like sort of put on some muscle. I don't care so much about like the numbers and stuff as like powerlifting would. Mm-hmm. Except the one exercise I actually do care about it, because I see a lot of results in it, is just the straight up barbell squat. And I started out actually like a few years ago in college. I was super hyped. I remember even texting Sid. I was like, "Yo, I just did I did 4 sets of 10 reps at like 135 or something."
Nice.
And I've progressed a lot since then, even after like the 11-month break. And my current goal is to be able to do a 10 repper at 225, like 2 plates each side.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm getting pretty close, because my most recent leg workout, I was trying to do a 5x5 of 225. I got 3 of the sets, but the third one I was like fighting for my life to get the last one. I was like, there's no way I'm getting 2 more of these.
But at least you try. That's the one thing that also people like don't do. They don't push themselves. They're scared. They're scared to put on more weight. And that's where you get stuck, and that's where you don't grow muscle at all. Because like your body just gets used to it, you know?
Yeah.
What we have to do is in a year we have to do this podcast again.
Oh my god, yes.
And then like see how far we've come with whatever.
That'd be amazing.
Hopefully by then gyms are less sussy for me to go to, and then we can.
I'm lucky right now that they're not really sussy to go to in where I am currently. Yeah. But it could always change. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll look into it soon, but it's...
Anyway, I think this is a good wrap-up point, right?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Well, Pinkish, thank you for coming on. It was an honor.
Thank you for having me.
It was a great time.
Really, really fun. My mouth is dry from all the talking. But
it was a nice chat. After, like, I've always known you were around in the speedrunning community. I just never really interacted with you. But it was cool to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I wish to do this sometime soon. Again. Maybe in a year. Who knows?
It was a good time. Thanks everybody for listening. We're just Spotify, Google Play, or Google Podcast, whatever. Sid and Trey on YouTube. That was episode 32. Thanks again for Pinkish coming on. Trey to my left. I'm Sided Williams. You guys have a good rest of your week.
Peace.